So, welcome to Leave a Legacy live stream. Yes, another Wednesday, and today I've got an amazing person, amazing friend, who's also a grandma as well, who we have today for our Legacy X high performing leadership community group, and more about that. So, I just wanted to share as well with the team that how amazing that we've started Put Your Dream to the Test challenge this month, and just amazing to see, right? We're in the ownership and clarity question in this week, but the amazing of inputs and people playing full out, and few people reaching out to me, hey Joby, can you sit with me, and I need to clarify between, I don't know if it's my dream or it's my assignment or my purpose. So sometimes people get confused. What is a dream? What is my purpose? And what is my assignment? So just working through that with few, you've got clarity now, and you have now complete, I would say, uh, ownership and clarity for your dream, and as we work through that, so kudos to you, well done on joining with us, and thank you so much for being part of our amazing networking group, right? So because we got our three pillars, as I always say, the first is to become a key person of influence, and Lynn knows and I know it's leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, right? So it's always about how can we be that key person of influence, if it has to be in as a parent, as a team leader, as a grandparent. It's always about how do we have influence over our family and team. And secondly, is all about high performance leadership. It's all for those entrepreneurs, high performing career professionals, that you are working with a multicultural team. You could be making sure that you got into business to actually get time freedom, to get financial freedom, but you're not getting that. So we've got systems, we've got processes in place that will help you achieve that. And third is all power, and that is really, really important. So that's where we go through those three, you could say, pillars. And today I'm so excited and blessed to have Lynn Rolston, who is a seasoned business coach. She's a leadership trainer, and she's a fellow Maxwell certified team member as well. And we're part of the same team. And I just caught up with her a couple of weeks ago in our monthly catch ups. And she's just an amazing, amazing person that I had the opportunity to meet a couple of times in person. She's a DISC behavioral consultant, and she's committed to unlocking the best in people, and especially teams. So if you're a team leader working with a lot of teams, please feel free to be part of today's session, and please hashtag replay if you're watching it on replay as well, and put your questions, put your comments as well in the link below, because empower leaders to bring out the best in themselves and others. And she's married to Andy, and she's just was sharing about her amazing, wonderful daughter who's just now left for UK, and also her amazing family and grandkids who are staying with New Zealand. So, guys, let's give a big Legacy X virtual round of applause for Lynn.
It really is about connection. And I would love to see a world where people understand each other, where communication barriers fall down, there's less conflict, and everybody brings their best work to the table, or their best selves to the table. And yet we have a world today where, despite we're actually more connected, like my daughter's in the UK, we talk all the time, we've got this wonderful connection we can have. However, we've still got communication breaks down as one of our biggest things that hold us back. It costs us trust, time, and team cohesion. So here's a question. How do we lead with clarity when we're navigating different cultures, personalities, and expectations? Communication is more than words, it's about connection, and that's really is the bottom line. That's the focus that we've got to have as we're working with our teams and those in our lives. So I found over the years that one of the greatest skills we can develop is this ability to understand how we and others communicate, because when we develop the skill, not only do we grow our self-worth, we also are valuing others, and that makes them feel worthy as well. So it's, as I said, the number one skill for both leadership and life. And in fact, a lot of our research still shows that 86% of our workplace failures comes down to poor communication. And it's not a lack of effort or bad intention. It's not bad intentions, it's just simple miscommunication that can snowball over time. So I want to start with a quick story. Last year I ran a workshop on building cultural bridges and increasing influence, and the room was filled with international professionals, because Auckland's a bit of a melting pot with different nationalities here, as Australia is too, and actually all over the world now. And I asked everybody at that workshop to bring their greatest current communication challenge with them. And then we unpacked the DISC framework, and you could see light on Joby. People were starting to realize, aha, that's why that conversation didn't go so well. Or now I see that they're bringing everything, and so there's more energy in the room, there's more productivity. So that pretty much is why this is so dear to my heart. And one of the interesting things at that workshop was, or most powerful things for me personally, was somebody who came up to me afterwards and shared the biggest shift wasn't learning better English. And on the bottom right, reserved. And then if I get my hands right on the left, task focused, and then on the right, put people focused. Okay, so this is to identify those D's and I's in your team. Now, for our more reserved people, they want time to think things through, to weigh things up, the effect of their words and their actions, things done right, because they want the details, and they will often ask lots of questions. So in the example, I'm going to, if there's changes in the workplace, and we're living with a few of those at the moment, and have been for the last few. And in actual fact, our S's make amazing 2ICs, because they're incredibly loyal. They'll come alongside you. They will actually help bring the rest of the team with you as well. So that's just one example. So now, if you're meeting with a client, consider the best person from the team to connect with that person. So if you've got somebody or a client that wants the bottom line, facts and not too many details, then the D's the best person. They're short and productive and focused on a plan. And so there's a real connection that will happen between that team member and the client. If you need someone who will keep the meeting fun and inspirational, where people will listen to their ideas, then you can use a more eye-wired person in that situation. If you need somebody practical with a supportive approach, where you need to ensure that everybody's listening to each other, the S is a great choice. And if you need their T's and I's and that information, that's where our S-wired people are great, because they will help people listen. They'll be able to give all those facts in such a clear and logical way. So depending on the needs within that meeting and the client, you can see how you can use one or even a combination of styles to have the right approach when we're meeting with our clients. So teams can make small shifts. So each person, and I think this is the big key too, Jobby, is where if you make those small shifts, people can really lean into their strengths better, and then they're doing what they love the most. And this is where they can bridge those communication gaps, build high trust teams, and lead with greater influence. No matter the industry or background, there's more, and therefore the teams are becoming more productive. Yeah. So, yeah. So another example, I'm going to take this one's a little personal. This one's with my family, and because I work with families and schools and things like that as well. So this one here is when my son was diagnosed with MS in 2022. We wanted, I mean, there was a lot to adjust to. Obviously, he had to come to terms with it, but we wanted it so he felt really supported. So we did the DISC as a family, which was really, really interesting. So when you do the DISC, you get about a 30-page report, and I watched my son grow about a foot in confidence. Even though he was struggling with the diagnosis, he was able to understand his strengths, and because it's objective, it's not his mum saying how wonderful he is, or he was actually able to sort of understand his family better and how we were trying to support him. And I've got two beautiful daughters, and both of them they're opposites. So one's an I, and they're a little bit like oil and water. So when they understood each other, oh, it was just amazing. It really was. Like, you could see over the months that they were working on each other's style, so that it was a better connection. And my daughter, who's just flown back to the UK, she just said, "Oh, Mum, I've always prayed to have a friend in my sister, someone I could really connect with, and that's what's happened." And so that's a pretty big gift, really. Yeah, yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think really bridging worlds is just it starts with choice. It starts with the choice of being curious about those around you, and seeing differences as strengths, not as threats. It's a choice to not just to be heard, but to actually connect first with somebody. And we know that in leadership today, that it's not actually about having all the answers or having the loudest voice in the room. It's about creating space where people feel safe to show up, be themselves, speak up, and grow. And I think we want leaders that aren't into an energy, because the eyes, if you think of an eye, they use their hands a lot, and they just have this bottomless pit of energy. So with a C style leader, they'll offer stability and empathy, and that makes the others feel safe and supported. And with a C style, they bring clarity and precision. They think things through and ask the right questions. So each of those will bring their value as they lead through their strengths. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that you say I is a bottomless of energy, and that's me. You're like, Joby, where do you get this energy? And especially, I just ran a children's vacation Bible school with 200 kids plus, and I'm still going, right? Like, where do you get this energy? So, yeah, absolutely. It resonated with me when you spoke about that, Lynn. And also, if I could ask, what's one simple shift a leader can make, let's say this week, right? Because we want to make it not only just theoretical, but very practical to better cross different personality types.
Yeah. I think the big thing is being curious.
Mm,
And obviously understanding themselves is probably the starting point. And
yeah.
then being curious. And I think if they pause and they just ask themselves, how does this person need to hear this? Rather than just saying it. So I think that's probably the pivot point, and it shifts from being self-focused to other focus, which change everything in communication. So, this is a big topic. So,
Yeah.
it's really the big starting point. But I think that's probably the key. That's the pivotal point, is being curious and saying, how does this person need to hear this? Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and like we said, maybe we could run a disc retreat for our members as well. So, because the goal is to actually bring people together, bridge the worlds, and
Yeah.
ensure that we all come together. And it starts with a disc, right? Because I would say once you understand each other, then it makes it much more easier for those teams to work together. So that's amazing, and especially now, like you said, place is now becoming a multicultural, diverse
Mm.
teams. So misunderstandings can be very common as well. So what's one intentional step a leader can take to build deeper trust in their teams?
Yes, that one is, I probably would say, listen more than you speak. I know we've all heard that, right? Ask questions, learn about the person's background, their values, and really show that you genuinely care about them. I think that trust is built by showing that you care about people, and no matter where they come from. And I think that just that beautiful acceptance of other people will bring so much trust. And I think once they've got that trust, then you get their loyalty too. And yeah, I think it's pretty important to do that.
Absolutely, I think that's well said, Lynn. It's that's why God's given us 2 ears and one tongue. No, that's good. And
Mm.
now understanding our own disc, how does that help reduce conflict or stress within a team?
I think when you understand your style, you notice your default reactions.
Mm,
And I think when you start to, I think a little bit of reflection here is really, really good too. And if you learn what triggers you and then what triggers others, like each of those actual styles have a fear. And so if you step on those fears, like if the D feels like they've been taken advantage of, or the I feels like they're not appreciated, or there's rejection, and those types of things, that can trigger conflict. And so just being aware of the fears that people have. So for example, a C doesn't want to be criticized because they put their heart and soul into everything. And so, but just keeping it about the point rather than about it, trying to make it not personal for them. And if you're a C, just saying it's not personal is really helpful to yourself. So you can see how if you just you can respond with empathy and help with, there's less frustration way because you have a better understanding of each other.
Yeah, and that's what I would say the benefit of understanding DISC. So if anyone who works in a team, get DISC into your teams,
Yeah.
and Lynn is happy to champion that. And Lynn, please feel free to put in your contact details, your LinkedIn links, and how they could book a calendar with you as well. So feel free to reach out to me personally or to Lynn, and we're happy to organize that as well. So that's good. And what advice, Lynn, would you give to a leader who feels their communication style doesn't naturally click with their team, right? So sometimes they're just hitting the brick wall. My team doesn't get me. So how can they adapt without compromising their authenticity?
That's a really good question. I think the big thing is you don't need to change who you are. You just
Mm,
need to stretch a little. Does that make sense? Great leaders stay true to themselves and they learn how to be present, and it's being about being aware. And yeah, so that's probably the best thing I can think of at the moment. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's good, Lynn. So I know we're coming to the top of the hour. So let's one last question before we wrap up. I'd love if you could briefly share about that exciting program that you're designing to help graduates transition into the workforce with more soft skills and confidence. So please feel free to give us a sneak peek
Next
into
week. Oh,
yeah.
I'm really excited. We're going to be doing this here in Auckland, and these are graduates that have just come out of university. They're international again, so I seem to have this connection and trying to help integrate, right, and help them with their interpersonal skills so that they can come into our Kiwi culture better and more equipped, and they feel connected and more confident. So we're doing a 12-week program. And over that, they'll learn some hard skills, and then they'll also soft skills and writing CVs and how to and do interviews and how to work with a boss in a work situation and role playing and doing lots of those things. So I'm really excited that because they're our now generation,
Mm.
and it's the same in families. If we teach these skills to our children, honestly, they will stand shoulders above others and be able to lead with so much impact. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
my big project. Yeah.
Absolutely. I can just see or hear the three C's, right? More connection,
Yeah.
which inbuilds that they can connect more with the multi generations, more confidence. So they get a lot of confidence through the 12-week program. And then third is the compassion, right? I just feel
Mhm.
that you're sharing your compassion so that they can then go and share. So put out a hand, they can actually go out and help someone else who's in need as well. So I see those three C's while you were speaking. It's an amazing initiative, amazing touch point for them as well. So they just feel that I'm heard, I'm seen, and
Mhm.
especially for some international students or graduates just coming in, they might just feel that overwhelm of that
Mhm.
transition. So
Mhm.
well done, Lynn, and please feel free to share the project updates in our group. We'd love to hear to see because also, I should have mentioned you're our first international speaker at our Legacy X Leave a Legacy live stream. So thank you so much, Lynn, for pouring out your heart and just showing that, how important it is to connect, to have that connection. Again, it could be with a spouse, it could be with your team, uh, or even with your children, right? So how important that is. And you've struck that chord with me. I'm going to have this into do this with my family as well, and just to understand that they get to share that as well. But thank you, Lynn. for pouring out and being a true servant leader. And please feel free to put out your links in this post below so that people can get in touch with you as well.
Thank you, Joey. This has been amazing. And I love sharing this. As you can tell, all this energy that we get when we yeah. Thank you.
All good. Thank you so much, Lynn. Really appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you. You too.